Hello there! I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to the Smallville Retrospective. We're looking at Season 5, Episode 3. Hold on. 4! Aqua! And as you can tell by the title, Clark meets up with the band Aqua and they sing, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world made of plastic. It's fantastic. No. No, it has to do with Aquaman, of course. If your life leaves you with questions, seek advice from under the sea. Dear Aquaman, please give your advice to me, Aquaman. That's a throwback to the late show Craig Ferguson. I have a bit of a headache going on. But I'm determined to do some more today. So in this episode, Arthur Curry, or as they call him to be cool in the 2000s, AC, which is what I referred to him as. And so when Aquaman showed up in the DCEU, and they kept calling him Arthur, I'm like, I'm used to calling the character AC. But he shows up and starts stirring some shit. Not only with what he's doing, trying to stop what Lex is doing. And yeah, Lex is starting to become full villain here. Anyway, but also stirring things up. Clark getting jealous because he can swim faster than he can. And, like most guys that show up, he has eyes for Lois. Yes, Lois is back. And, while she was gone, I was happy. But now she's back. And she brought 2 new friends with her. I swear to God, they weren't that big the last time we saw them. They do a close-up shot of her, almost like the Honey Rider shot from Dr. No, where she gets out of the water and pulls it. And I went, I don't remember those being that big before. In fact, I know something happened because I've seen House of the Dead, and she was topless, and they weren't that big, so something happened. And it wasn't puberty, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, so they're at Crater Lake, and my question is still, how can Clark swim in there? It's called Crater Lake, because that's where the meteors hit the first time. I just don't understand how he's able to swim in there, but everybody is there, apparently. I think this is the first time we've seen everybody, well, we've seen parties at Crater Lake, I guess. In that, the guy with the ice powers one, that was an ice party. They weren't even going in the water then. They're just having, Everyone is there, including Lois, who is back, and she's staying at the farm again. But I don't think the cans are in this episode, like at all. They show the farm, but I don't think the cans are in there. No. And then Lois goes, she jumps in the water, we get that shot, like I said, and then she does it again, but she hits her head on something that's under the water, and Chloe notices that she's taking too long to come back up, so Clark goes to swim after her, and somebody else gets there first, and saves her, and gives her the CPR, the mouth-to-mouth, and find out his name is Arthur Curry, but they call him AC. Yes, the future Aquaman, played by Alan Richardson, who you may know now as Jack Reacher. Yeah. Not the Tom Cruise version, but the new one. But others may know him from, I'm trying to think, I know one big one I want to say, but that's my personal one. Hawkman in Titans, and, so there's one more role that he had that, I know you're saying, well, it's this, that's what I'm talking about, I'm waiting. I don't remember. There was one more, but I don't remember. But I know him the most as Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State. Yes. The unworthy quarterback of the team. I'm sorry, but Alex deserves to be quarterback. I don't know why they continue to allow him to be quarterback. He's good, but I don't know. All the shit he gets into on that show, and he's still allowed to do all that. I don't know. But, yeah, so, of course, everything's Meanwhile, Lex is up to no good, of course. But we actually meet Milton Fine for the first time by name. It's James Marsden's character. He is teaching at the Central Kansas A&E or whatever it's called. A&S, whatever. E&S, whatever it's called. Central Kansas College. Where Clark is going to college. And he has this speech about basically villainous tyrants like Napoleon, Stalin, Hitler, all them. And he says, or to speak more to now, Lex Luthor. Clark defends him, says Lex is not like either of those guys. I would argue Lex is worse than either of those guys, especially in the comics. Lex Luthor is worse than any of the historical tyrants we've ever had. I'm just saying, comics-wise. You know, put him with all those evil tyrants like Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, Napoleon, Trump. Just put them all together with those tyrants, and Lex Luthor is worse. Wow. I'd vote for Lex Luthor before I'd vote for Trump. But anyway, the lesser of two evils, really. Orange or bald? What do you want? Toupee or bald? I don't know. But yeah, so Clark does defend him. Says Lex isn't like that. But, you know. So then we have a flirting session between AC and Lois. This is done pretty well, where he's sort of going on her and she's sort of just, you know, being Lois and putting out snappy comebacks to him. But he's not flinching, you know. I like that. And so they end up going back out. He's like, well, I teach you to swim. I know how to swim. I swam with the military. He goes, oh, okay, prove it. So they go back out. And this is when we get a hint of why he's really there. There's some kind of sonic device that we later find out is called the Leviathan. Which he pronounces Leviathan. Leviathan. And it hits him, because as we know from the comics, he is the son of Atlantis. So, yeah. Although, I don't think he even knows it yet, or he's not divulging it, I don't think. Or they try to kind of skim over his origin. They do say that he was the son of a lighthouse keeper, which is true. And he lived by the sea, which is true. So he must have but his dad can't swim, so he must have got it from his mom. All very true things of Aquaman, you know? And watching this for the first time since I watched the Aquaman movies, I understand his lore a little bit more now. Oh, yeah, And I understand how wrong the Aquaman TV series was going to get it. I mean, they do follow like his name is Orin, he's the son... I think they say he's the son of the king in that one, and he's fully adopted. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so Lex activates the sonic device, which hurts Arthur. He's bleeding from the ears. But it's okay, because Coach said it's alright to bleed from the ears. So he comes out, and if you get that reference, and all the fish start to go belly up, right? And then we cut to Lex in his office, and he has a talk with this scientist woman who says, you know, that the test was successful. And he goes, good, then we can start to sell it or to show it to people. And she's like, what about the marine life? And he's like, I think a few dead fish are nothing compared to the human life or whatever, or something like that. So it's like, he's really kind of towing that moral line, like, you know. So again, though, this becomes really jealous Clark, because he's jealous, you know, that he can swim really fast. So, like, the two couples are at the talent, because where else would they go? Sorry. It was building up, and I'm not gonna sit on it. Sorry. And Clark, like, acts like he's some kind of investigator, just asking questions. Because Chloe looked up all his history. So it's like, so, how long have you been at the University of Miami? He then tries to play it up like he knew who Arthur Curry was and has been following him. But, like, if you knew who he was, then you would know how long he'd be at the college. So it's kind of a stupid thing to do. And I love how they keep going back and forth. And, like, I mean, even then it's like, Clark! And then, so then AC's like, you know what, I gotta go anyway. And Clark goes, you know, I'm gonna apologize to him. But he ends up following him all the way to the sea. By the beautiful sea. You and me. And catches AC trying to blow up this lab. Now, part of me is like, it should have just blown up. But you can't do that because it's a part of the plot of the show where it's like, he should have just blew it up and maybe there's another lab somewhere. But no, just as it's about to blow, Clark comes in, does this, blows up and doesn't do anything except for splash water everywhere. I feel like there'd be more damage. You telling me Clark covered the entire thing like that? Yeah, I don't know about that, but you know. So now Clark knows about AC's powers and AC knows about his powers. And they swim off, they have a confrontation. And this is the one thing I took from this episode and tried to use in real life when they're in the water. It's an underwater fight. It's okay, but they're in there and AC starts doing this. Stirring up the water and then throwing it. So when we should go in the pool, go to the city pool, I do that. It didn't do shit, but you know, I try to do that because I thought it was cool. It is kind of cool how he does it. And I was kind of disappointed that the DCEU Aquaman never did that. Not really. He didn't really manipulate water. That was Mira. And Mira will be part of on Smallville one episode later. Later in the show, not the next episode. You know what I mean? But I think her character is also different from what she was in the comics. But you know. So I think it's really late, at 9 or 10, season 9 or 10. They had a fight, and Clark gets his ass kicked basically under the water, and then he tries to tell Lois what happened, and she doesn't believe him. Oh, you're making up stories. And then she leaves, and then AC walks and is like, hey, how did you do that, bro? He's like, why'd you try to blow up the lab, bro? He tried to tell him about Leviathan and what it was doing. And I bet you Clark feels like an idiot now for doing that. Like, you know, he's like, oh, I should have let it blow up. Now that I think about it. So, Clark's big plan is to take him to Lex Luthor. So, you already don't fully trust Lex anymore. You have Professor Fine comparing him to Hitler, and you have AC telling you that he is doing this thing that's destroying underwater life. And you're going to bring him to Lex, which will then give information on and make him aware that there's someone who doesn't like what he's doing. Because our AC confronts him, is like, even name drops Leviathan as he says it, and walks out. And he's like, maybe you should bring a new friend. And he says, your days of just walking in here are over. He literally does that towards the end of the episode. So no, I don't think it is, but yeah. So Lex, again, to prove my point, the very next scene, he goes back out to Crater Lake and gets tranked by Lex's people and taken in. And I like how they do this whole thing where it's not I think I've only seen it here actually, because it's not like that in the movies. But like he's been away from water, so he's like parched. It's all dry and everything. He's like, water. I get that. It's a TV show. You have to have some kind of weakness. You can have him be that OP. I get it. It's just they didn't do that in the movies, so to compare, I don't even think there was that in the Aquaman show. To be honest, not that I remember. I've only seen the pilot once. That's all they had. But yeah, and then Clark somehow knows where he is and comes to save him. And then he laser visions the sprinkler, making it rain. He's able to break free. All the ladies get to see him with a wet shirt. By the way, his attire of choice is green shorts with an orange tank top. I think we get what you're trying to say there, TV show. He's Aquaman. We get it. And thinking. So they're able, do they destroy it or they take it or something? It's gone, and Lex sees two people swim off really fast. So something I didn't realize is Lex pretty much knows there's something going on with Clark, because even when he's got AC captured, he's like, "Looks like you're special," which should not come. Which I shouldn't be surprised, considering you're connected to Clark Kent. Like, he knows something by this point. But yeah. So now that part is over, we get some stuff. He shows up. Clark goes to Lex's mansion again unannounced. Just walks in and he's, "Oh, I thought." I'm like, "Oh, he's probably invited." But then Lex's dialogue is, "Oh, well, I thought I'd seen the last of Clark Kent." You know, talking to him about what it. He's like, I kind of want to do a paper on your new underwater protein or whatever it was. He's like, "Oh, funny you should ask. It's been disabled indefinitely or something like that. 2 vandals broke in and stole it or something like that." Oh, okay. And then we have a goodbye scene with him and with AC and Lois, where it's like she's saying goodbye, he's saying goodbye, and he doesn't know if he'll be back. You know, he does come back, by the way. Spoiler alert. And then he says goodbye to Clark, and then we get the scene where he goes to see Professor Fine. Earlier on in the episode, I forgot to mention that he offered him a job that's connected to Lex, and now he turned it down because he didn't believe him, and now he does believe him, so now he's accepted the job. So that's where it ends. So yeah, pretty decent episode. I've always enjoyed it. It's introduction, the first of 2 Justice League characters. Oh, that's another thing. AC asked him, maybe we should, we're pretty good. No, we work pretty good together as a team. Maybe we should start a junior lifeguard association or something. And he's like, "I don't think I'm ready for the JLA. You get it? You get it? JLA, Justice League of America. There's also a nod to Bart earlier on where Clark says to Chloe, "He's not the first superpowered individual from out of state I've met." She's like, "Huh?" Last year there was a guy who could run really fast. Don't know why he doesn't just say, "Remember Bart? The guy that was hitting on you last year? He has super speed. You could trust her now, right?" No, he keeps it a secret, Like he split, don't have a fit. Yeah, this was a pretty decent episode. So apparently I'm not rating them anymore, but yeah, it was good. So what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Actually, this is way off. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.